Welcome. My name is Captain Marston. I'm with Task Force Spartan. I am the Ranger lead, as most of you may know by now. I'm going to be helping you find yourself through land navigation. You will not be able to see yourself at all. This is just somebody was on earlier, and I was just testing out my new computer. So, for land navigation, you will be given a map tools, binoculars, and a compass. This is all you'll have. Of course, your uniform as well. Other than that, you won't have anything like your weapon. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. It depends if we're going to turn it into C or not. 6-digit grids are very easy to find, as you can zoom in and look. To give yourself a grid, you're walking to the stairs and going up the stairs. It's very simple because you're always going to read these vertical numbers first, and then the ones on the horizontal. These are your eastings and your northings. I believe I have that right. Correct me if I'm wrong. Because yeah, west to east, south to north. So these are your eastings and these are your northings. Don't be afraid if you don't know how to read a topography map. It is very simple. 244, 243, 242, 241, 240. These will always land on a 0 or a 5. 240, 235, 230, and so on. You always have to know your point of the mountain you're going to be looking at, because you could be going up, you could be going down. You have to envision in your head. You need to look at it like it's a 3D map. This way you'll be able to tell what is going on. I can already tell, as you can see, these are ripples in this mountain. You can already tell that this is almost wavy. You can tell right here it's going to be a little further down in elevation. You can also tell this, if I can find it again, the closer these lines are, the steeper the cliff will be. Now that you know how to read a topography map, hopefully, you should be able to find out what kind of land masses are nearby. Obviously, this is a mountain. This is going to be a valley, somewhat. Or draw. This stuff I haven't really touched up on in quite a while, so of course I've forgotten it. Either way, I can tell what these land masses look like in my head. I guess it would be a better draw. A draw is something going up the mountain. Kind of like these areas right here. Correct me if I'm wrong, again. Now, to give your 8-digit grid, obviously, they're very easy to find. 047177. Now they know I'm at least around here. You can also give your direction if you're moving. So I am at 047177, moving southwest. Now that you've figured out somewhat where you are, you could also give yourself a better grid location. This will be your 8-digit grids. The 8-digit grids, for some, can be hard to find. I know. This is a very easy way to do it. 0470, 0471. It's very much like if you were doing something like this. You can see 0476, 0477. You have to, with your imagination, split up these boxes as if there were smaller numbers going up to the side, like a grid. So, with that being said, if you placed your cursor in the middle of this box, right where that point is going to be 5 on either 047 or 177. So, in this case, on the vertical line, that would be 0475. Or, on the side-to-side one, the horizontal line, 1775. because you're never going to be counting this way. Now that you know what's going on, you should be able to find your grid. For me, I can already tell I'm at 0, 4, 7, 3, 1, 7, 7, 2. You can also do it with a smaller version. It's all up to your imagination, because even if you give your location somewhat a little off, by the time someone is this close to you, they should be able to find you. Now that you know how to give yourself a grid, let's find where we are. Obviously, I have not moved. We are facing west. Alright, we're facing west and we have a town. We're near the coast. What kind of buildings are there? What do the roads look like? Well, the road is coming from the north with a bridge. Okay, that's something we're going to be looking for on the map. We also have a warehouse. Do we have a dense? Yeah, we have a dense amount of trees leading up to some buildings near the road. We have 3 interconnected buildings. That is what it would look like on the map. 3 interconnected buildings. All right, let's find this. Obviously, I already know where I'm at. You will not, so you have to look. Well, if you pay attention, there's only very few places on the west coast that will be right on. You know what I'm getting at. I'm tired. So, as you can tell, you would be able to find these places. You always want to look for churches, gas stations, hospitals, any sort of landmark, lighthouses, buildings, roads, as I gave earlier. So obviously that we know where we're at. Well, let's find those landmarks. Trees leading up to buildings. We found that. A bridge coming in. We found those 3 interconnected buildings. Look at that. There's your warehouse. Now we know where we are. There's a church in there. Let's see. Can we find that church? If I can keep out my... You know what? We can use our gun too. Can we find that church? So far I can't. Let's look at that again. It's going to be on a hill. It's going to have a wall. Buildings around that. So it's going to be further over here. Look at that. I found the church. It's very easy to find yourself, as long as you pay attention to everything that surrounds you. The elevation, the landmass, everything. All these mountains. You can even use giant windmills like that. The trees, they're very easy to find. As you can see, they're already marked on the map for you. Pay attention to what the mountains look like. Pay attention to these ripples. You could have gone this way and maybe run into them. You could have gone this way and found this compound and the road. It's all a game of matching. Look at what's in front of you and match it on the map. Once you've matched it on the map, you have a pretty good idea of where you are, and you can give your grid location. This will help you whenever you're lost on the battlefield. While that may be rather impossible, especially in leadership, if you're just a grunt and you don't know where you are, and your squad leader goes down, these are some good ways to find out where you are. You may not have the upgraded tech that most of the leadership will have. Like your fire team leaders, myself, or anyone above you will probably have defectors, especially the forward observer. Other than that, you'll just have some plain basic binoculars, which you could still find a range with, given what the landmass looks like in front of you. If it is completely flat, you'll be able to find out that those numbers, you won't be able to see it here, but if you're looking in your binoculars, you'll see that 1, 2, and 3. That being just looking like this. You have your 4 and 6. You should be able to find distance pretty easily, even with binoculars. So you can give someone an accurate range, even with just basic binoculars. I hope I've helped you today. This is Land Navigation with Captain Marston. Good luck out there.